Welcome to Clapped, a podcast on all things basketball with a specific emphasis on the NBA. Now, the past week has been pretty tragic for all of us here.
For those of you who do not yet know, Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, has passed away in a helicopter crash.
I'm Aryan Valluri
And I am here with Jay, Veer, Abhiroop, and Ishaan.
to talk about his passing and what his life has meant to us.
That's going to be a speaking order as well. Our prayers are also with Gianna Bryant and all the families on board the helicopter. This episode is going to be 8 minutes 24 seconds in honor of Kobe. Those are his jersey numbers.
I myself picked up a basketball at the first time at the age of 14, and one of the first names I knew before that point was Kobe Bryant. That's how much of an impact he had, or not just me, but people, millions and millions, probably billions of people outside basketball. And just on his whole Mamba mentality thing, I think it should inspire us all to just try to be like him, try to have the same work ethic as him, not just in basketball, but in everything. He put the talent, the raw talent, and the hard work together, which started the road, well, which he was going upon, where he won 5 championships, an MVP, couple of finals MVPs, and so many more achievements in his life.
So, I remember the first NBA game I ever saw was Kobe Bryant's retirement game. And now that I think about it, it's quite insane. And getting a call from Aryan at 2:20 in the night, not knowing what happened, and then 6 o'clock in the morning, opening my phone and seeing that Wizards are doing a tribute to Kobe. And I'm just like, oh, what? And then I strolled up to latest, and I'm like, rumor has it that Kobe Bryant has died in a helicopter crash, and I'm just like, dude, at 6 in the morning, you can't be giving this to me. And I'm losing it over there. And I remember the first game I saw was this game, and it was just like, what is this guy, man? On his last game, he's dropping 60 points, and it's just incredible. So then, ever since then, I've been watching so many of his videos that there's one video that Gordon Hayward, who was playing for the Jazz the night he scored 60, he intentionally put his leg while Kobe was taking the free throw to get the 60th point. He put his leg inside the free throw line to cause a violation if Kobe missed the free throw, so that the free throw would be taken again. So that shows the amount of respect he had around the league, that players were willing to do this much for him, and they respected him so much that, okay, I don't mind throwing the game, even though it's the last game of the season, I don't mind throwing it, as long as he gets what he needs to get. And I find that great, that it was one of the best ways a player could ever leave a sport. And just the impact that he had, getting someone to do that for you is not easy. Today I sit here with most of the people I play with having grown up to him. Some of the people we even play with have his name in their username, which is, now that you think of it, it's like, how can someone have such a big impact on someone's life? And that's what he did for us. Unluckily for me, I wasn't able to witness the greatness.
Just today, I saw a tribute in Bangalore, a court that has been painted purple and gold with the Kobe logo at the center of the court, which blows my mind. He may just be a man, but to the people around me, the people who is impacted, it's truly amazing. But I don't think people are really showing what they're feeling. That's the worst part, because everyone is literally suffering, and there's a lot of sadness because of the fact that it was so unexpected, and there's nothing we could have done to control and prevent such a thing. It was all out of our hands, which was the worst part.
Today, when I see the amount of love he's getting from those around me who have seen that, I'm just floored by it, and I'm just taken away by how good, how great he's quoted to be. Yeah.
Why didn't Veer just speak the whole episode, man? That was so beautiful. Abhi, it's your turn. You got to follow up on that. It's like someone going after Martin Luther King. I'm just saying.
Martin Luther.
He had a dream.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say after that.
So my earliest memory of Kobe Bryant
was when I first started playing, I would watch a lot of mixtapes, and coincidentally, the first one was a Kobe mixtape, which is some of his most ridiculous plays. And I can still remember that how I would try and emulate them when I played and stuff. And then that like really grew my respect for him because it was actually much tougher to do. After that, he continued to inspire me, and that's why even the first pair of basketball shoes I got were these red and gold Kobe's that I was actually absolutely in love with, and I used to wear them everywhere all the time. Needless to say, they wore out in the first couple of months, but that speaks for itself.
Hey, this is Ishaan. I'm a guest on the Clapped podcast today to talk about someone I think was one of the greatest to play the game of basketball. From the time I started playing about maybe 7 years ago, Kobe was something of a god. This entire generation of young players, used to like throw paper balls into dustbins and yell his name and put up his posters on our walls and stuff. I remember breaking my arm playing on a concrete court a couple of years ago. And Kobe was that one player I thought of every day. And from his like repeated right knee injuries and that ruptured Achilles tendon, Kobe was a player who didn't have it easy by any means. And what inspired me there was that drive, that need to win at any cost. What later became popularized as Mamba mentality became something of a motto to stand by. And I think that aspect of his game, his reach outside the NBA, it was really sad to hear in 2016 that Kobe was retiring. But I think his presence on the court will last forever. Which takes me back to this line I remember from a film called The Sandlot, when something like heroes get remembered but legends never die. And I think if there's one person that applies to today, it's Kobe Bryant, because he'll live in our hearts forever.
To me, apart from all his hard work and everything, his obvious craftiness when it comes to the game, 81-point game, his 60-point game, Kobe just inspired everyone he was around. Whether it was in the NBA or out, he would work much harder than people who have much less talent than him. He'd be the first guy in the gym and the last guy to leave and everything of that sort, right? That's kind of where Mamba mentality came from, the idea of pushing yourself to do things which seem impossible, but just knowing that you can do it, having that confidence is kind of the point, right? So I know that I, for one, first got into basketball. One of the first good players I heard of from the NBA was Kobe Bryant when I first started playing basketball. And ever since, like, I have always said Kobe when I'm taking like a really, difficult shot, or one that probably I shouldn't be taking, right? And so many basketball players around the world are doing the same. But all I can say is, from today, rest assured that none of us would ever stop that tradition. We're not just going to be saying Kobe, but we're going to be shooting for Kobe. Thank you for listening.